Oops. Good morning. It's time for daily game design. Halloween. There was some discussion about the atmosphere of Waikiki Halloween night. It's pretty insane. But my first October 31st here, I believe it was a full moon or right around a full moon, and a bunch of us went night surfing. I think that was my first time going night surfing. Met some cool people. Actually, some people I'm still a little bit in touch with, but that was a cool adventure. And at that time, the streets were empty. It was COVID time. There was pretty strict enforcement still. I'm guessing that was still a time where you couldn't hang out on the beach, but you could like run across the beach and go surf, stuff like that. It's just crazy. Something else. Here's a cool thing. So I slept around 9:45. If you joined me for my stream last night, you'll know that that a migraine was coming back on. I was laid out until 1 p.m. I think I was awake at like 5:30 yesterday morning, and it was kind of getting going, doing random, regular stuff, routine stuff, and then just got slammed with a migraine. It was insane. I canceled school, or I canceled my sub job, and that was crazy. Anyway, last night I decided to stream. I didn't stream in the morning because I was like really messed up and like nauseous and trying to get some more sleep. So anyway, a migraine was coming. Another one was coming back last night, and I think it's there. I just have like really crazy nerve issues these days sometimes, and I slept around 9:45 today. Woke up at like 3:45, 3:30 maybe. Felt good. Got up, made breakfast, made lunch. It's crazy. Sat down, and then a thing I started working on was streaming to TikTok, because OBS, this is my the streaming software I use. I have this multi-stream thing set up and streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook right now. But it also has a vertical canvas that I didn't really understand. And I get a pop-up which says something like your vertical canvas isn't loading right, or it needs an update or something like that. So I updated it and then just like finally looked into what it was, and of course it's just streaming to vertical rather than like horizontal or landscape platforms. So of course YouTube is still mostly landscape. But this is the main case would be TikTok, and I guess you can stream to other platforms vertically as well. But anyway, I downloaded the TikTok Live, whatever tool they use, because I think it'd be cool to just see what TikTok is all about these days. I used to post kind of regularly when I was working on hot sauce, but you guys, I screwed up. I really did. So my friend Ryan tried to get me going on like BGG Con events earlier. Like at the beginning of the month, he was showing me all this stuff because he's the guy that essentially sponsored my badge, and he's volunteering, but I'm hoping to hang out with him while we're over there in Dallas. But what I didn't realize until this very morning is that there is a speed pitch event at the con. Had no idea, and the deadline for it was on the 27th of this month. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try to apply. I'm sure I'm going to get shot down, but it'll be a good exercise just to have the information in place. Here's another funny thing. Let me see if I think I'll have to go there. So I actually have a rival at the con, and I've heard about this before. Is it not called BGG Con? It is. So I heard about this situation, but I'm going to go into buy tickets, and I'll let you see for yourselves. Oh, hey, Mike. My schedule's all over the place. Yeah, I was, just describing. This is a migraine-induced schedule. Oh, crazy, here I stand. So I'm late to signing up for games. I have not done this con exercise before, so that's on me. Game design track, check this out. Check this out. I only need to click through here a couple times. Okay, I'm gonna be, once I get, I think Ryan needs to send me the badge. In here I can't sign up for tickets yet, but they've got the Proto Alley open, and the cool thing here is there are some people signed up for it. It's not a big group, and actually I don't recognize any of these names. I was hoping that I would run across some people from BGDL who I actually like interact with, but anyway. Check it out. Here it is. The Sugar Shack. I've heard about this game, and it was at, what's the thing in St. Louis? I think it I don't remember if it was at the Stonemeyer Game Day thing, or what else is the big thing in St. Louis? It's like a big thing, right? Oh, maybe Geekway to the West? Is that it? Yeah. Yeah. So, this one, acquaintance from, where are they? Peach Goose Games told me that, oh, you did at Origins. Okay. It's a Euro. It's a Euro of Euros. It's the heart of it is trying to be the, yeah, here it is. Build your maple syrup empire across 6 seasons of planting, tapping, and production. Strategically place trees, connect sap lines, and upgrade your structures to outproduce your rival Sugar Shack owners. There's always a rival Sugar Shack owner somewhere. Balance immediate profits against aging premium syrup in your cellar, while adapting to unpredictable weather events that can make or break your harvest. Yeah, already my sense is, like, this kind of thing, unpredictable weather events, like that kind of thing was something I injected into some of my ideas, not for Sugar Shack, but in other games kind of early on, like the need for some randomness, the need for players to have to adapt to the game. And I have since I've since, for the most part, I think, cut this kind of global effect. Except, of course, now it's showing, I say that, now it's showing up in ADRA HQ. But this kind of, well, and maybe it's different for a cooperative game. But I noticed this in so many games, like this event deck kind of a thing. And I'm just not a big fan anymore. For me, it feels really forced. And I don't know how to describe it yet. I haven't really thought about too many examples. But the one that comes to mind is in what are they? These Red Oak games now, but in this game, joinery, just this sort of thing that flips up, and now this type of resource is worth this much, and it's not worth that anymore. And if you have this kind of card, then this effect happens. Yeah, I don't like those kind of global effects anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the introduction of a new type of pressure, like in different rounds. Randomness typically sucks unless it's the core of the game. Yeah, I think I'm on board with that. I think randomness. It definitely does a service. $100. Mm, but I think I don't know if this is a Jamie Stegmaier influence, or if just thinking about how to how to simplify, how to streamline. If there's so much upkeep between rounds, that kind of thing, then I think it's easy to lose people. It's fine just to cut a lot of that. Build your city to withstand randomness events is better than build your city while random stuff happens. Yeah, it's a kind of like, again, forced situation where you think it's, I'm going to let players be clever by adapting to the game, but it's more like I couldn't think of anything else to let players differentiate themselves from others. Yeah, I couldn't think of any other way for the game for players' decisions to matter and also produce the kind of effect that a random event might create for each other. Maybe, I don't know, but there, yeah, I just don't. I don't like the flavor of them anymore. Yeah, Galaxy Trucker's interesting. I played that once, and it's also frustrating because sometimes you're just more prepared than others or less prepared. Um, but you all have to deal with it. You know what? I was just watching my friend host the game of how to save, what is it? How to Save a World. How to Save a World. Last night, and I think I talked about this one a little bit on stream. It would have been, we played Tuesday, so Mike, this is what I screwed up. There's a speed pitch event, and I think I'm definitely too late for it, but I'm gonna try to beg to get in there. I don't know where it went. Yeah, all events, speed. It was in there, definitely. I think I'm going to join the game jam. I think that should be cool. There it is. Well, it's right on top. Yeah, see, I missed this. There's this. But here's the form, so I'm going to fill it out. I'm going to try to get in touch with whoever it is. Okay, so How to Save a World. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. How to Save a World. So you do all this work to prepare for the end of the world and to deal with this meteorite coming. And there are 3 responses that you can essentially work on or develop. There's a laser that you can use to shoot down this meteorite. There are shields to deflect the meteorite, and then if those don't work, then there's an evacuation plan. And you can invest in any one. Yeah, it says. This is the worst part. Yeah, so like right here. Well, the thing is, like, you apply for, like, you submit the game, and so I guess the publisher decides whether or not they're interested. So, yeah, I don't know if it's for specific games. It doesn't say, it doesn't describe the specific game here. It just says that it would be something that one of the publishers would be interested in. They allow for all games, but I sat with the publishers afterwards for a bit, and they all got to speed. They all go to speed pitches looking for the same type of game. Okay. Well, hopefully that type of game is Sugar Shack. Am I right? Because I think that's my closest right now. I think A Perilous Road is also pitchable. There's some of the, like, the campaign stuff is not tested, or mini campaign stuff, but I think the core is playable and interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna submit Sugar Shack even though it's late, and what I need is what I think I need is the rules. That's what I was gonna work on today. If Cabletop Games, baby. I think I'm, who am I? Seamus Cab? No, I think I'm SD Cable. It's basically, can you explain all the rules and gameplay in 20 to 30 seconds and demonstrate gameplay with the remaining time? I'm sure I'm not going to get in. I'm going to try my best, but I love that problem. I love that problem. How much time is the speed pitch? Is it like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that? 5 minutes? 5 would, I would guess, is too long. Sell sheet. I've got a sell sheet. Maybe I downloaded it already. You know, the funny thing is, I feel like this is one of the first times I felt like something like skull, it's not a hat. Captain Flip may be pushing it. What do you mean? Do you mean games that work well in a speed pitch? They're just like super fast, super simple. That kind of thing. See, like, this is the kind of challenge I like, though. Like, how do you take something complicated and squeeze it into a, or, I mean, relatively complicated, and squeeze it into a small space. See, but I think Sugar Shack could, I think you could do it, because I think the main, like, the core is the worker placement and the engine building. So I think if you can demonstrate upgrades, you know, demonstrate upgrading and how what worker placement looks like, and then demonstrate a couple of the upgrades and one or two of the endgame triggers, then I'm actually going to play test it. I have it signed up for the con this weekend, so I'm going to play test. I think the game is working fine, but it's the ending that's troubling right now. So I think I can actually boil the game down pretty well, or like make it really a really concise presentation of it. Pretty sure. Oh, I guess it's the mayor too. Well, so what would I do? I would have the game laid out. What might be nice is if I had it on a board that I can like move around, so I didn't have to physically lay it out every time. And then just like uncover, like show the board, show the setup, talk through a couple of turns, or just demonstrate one turn, and then describe how the mayor's going to come out and cover stuff, and then upgrade something. Yeah, well, yeah, we can have a look at it. The main thing, Mike, I hope you're getting the message that I would prefer to work on what you've got. I appreciate your attention and your support. And what I'm trying to do here is reciprocate with Thanksgiving. Did I just download it? I think I did. Yeah. Okay. Game description. I think I've got it. This might be a little wordy. How much do they give me though? It's spring in Maplewood and the sap is flowing. Manage your sugar shack efficiently, gain the favor of the townsfolk, and outmaneuver your rival to become the grand syrup maker of Maplewood. Sugar Shack is a quaint mini Euro for 1 to 2 players with worker placement, resource management, and emergent asymmetry. Oh, Ryan's awake. 6 o'clock. Yeah. Sell sheet. Bam. Then I'm just going to have Gemini work on the rulebook. A little bit. I wonder if this little line of okay, I'm sorry, I'm new to BGG Con and I just learned about this event. I'm young in the process and would what did I say? Would very much appreciate an opportunity to practice my pitching skills. Is it better to talk about pitching skills or like am I going for sympathy here? Like, oh, here's this new young sort of, you know, potential. They don't have much experience. Let's just give them a chance, or treat it like this is like a really serious, you know, it's a really serious moment, and it's because I believe in this game. I want a chance to pitch it, or I want an opportunity to practice pitching in general. Like those, they probably want like really serious people, right? I believe in Sugar Shack. So very much appreciate an opportunity to pitch. I'm sorry, I'm new to BGG Con. There he is. I pitched. You know, this week was good because I'm from Hawaii. Oh, Mike, heck yeah. I'm from Hawaii, so I don't get many opportunities to pitch in person. Heck yeah. I'm a victim here. I live in Hawaii. I'm a victim. I swear. uh, nice. Oh, nice. That worked. Giving you a badge. Yep. Yeah. I have pitched. Who did I pitch to? Oh, AEG. AG, Galen's Games. Early in the let me work on this somewhere else. Actually, I have never pitched in person. So I feel like that might matter. I'm sorry I'm new to BGG Con and just learned about this event. I'm young in the process and live in Hawaii, so I haven't had any opportunities to pitch in person. I would very much appreciate this one. Hmm. Yeah, so rulebook, let's see where that's at. So my guess is I have a badge now. Nice. Yep, there it is. I can get a ticket. Wow, number 3052. That's pretty sweet. I would really like to... Man, I wish I recognized a few names. I'm sure it's going to be cool. But, come play some of the most recent releases from Gen Con and Spiel. That's pretty cool. Event number... They don't have an attendance limit listed. I think I'm going to be... You know what's a little bit sad is there are not really panels. Like there's not much like education here. I would prefer some... Oh, wait a minute. There was like a meet with Eric Lang, I think. A meet and greet. Oh, interesting. Meet the designers. Yeah. For sure doing that. Eric Lang, Alan Moon, and I don't know, Keith Abalone? Looks like Abalone, right? You know who? There are actually quite a few people. There are more vendors there than I thought. Oh, a bunch of sports stuff. Yeah, it looks like it's all sports simulation. Fair enough. Not my thing, but that's cool. I wonder, it'd be kind of interesting to go through just kind of like do a little detective work here. Okay. 2024 though. Punchboard Cathedral with Keenan and Alba. Oh, interesting. New creators come up with. Recently I was helping with the development of the solo mode for Epistocracy by Heather Dixon. Here she is, I assume. Fantastic. I haven't played this. A friend of mine received it recently and was playing it at the retreat and I think enjoyed it, so. Bam. See, this is the stuff I love, just like meeting cool people, seeing what they're working on, and just sending it, just seeing what happens. Should I check everybody? Maybe not, right? But also maybe. How about this guy? Nope. I guess I could also check everybody over here. No, I'm not gonna do it now, but I was just curious to see what I would dig up. And Heather was first in line. Okay, let's see Sugar Shack. Yeah. So I have not. Place one. So most of these cards are up to date. I think what I just haven't done. Need to describe a process I've added. Let's call it what the town wakes up. That's weird, but I'm just gonna go for it. Of the game, only Town Hall, Close Serby Market, Serp Inc. and the warehouse are showing. They're in the form of an upside center of the play area. It's crazy. So I had this I had the migraine last night, and I literally felt like I couldn't type. Like I could not spell any word correctly. It was pretty nuts. I wonder if that's like a small taste of what, I don't want to make light of this, but like what having a stroke is like, where like suddenly you're in this different sort of state where nothing is really working correctly. It was very weird actually, and that's one reason why I was happy to end the stream early. Of cards. On the top are the rest of the town buildings face down. The stack is the end, is the community what do we call those? community project. But there are place 2 workers on the card, gain the automatic reward, and roll for the second reward. What do I need to look at to make sure? Gotta hop off. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate your input. Have a great day. Heather just messaged back. That's sick. Yeah, that's great. Super cool. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, what else? Oh, I needed to find the Sugar Shack. I think it's landscape. Wow, I haven't looked at Sugar Shack in a little while. Okay, this is going to be a little tedious, but here we go. I'm actually going to pop you out, send you over there. Hardware store, automatic reward, 2 money. What am I calling $2? I am saying $2. Roll for reward. Bum 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 bum. So I'll say 5 or 6. $2. 3 to 4 is 2 cubes. 1 to 2. Extra worker. Gain extra worker. Next round. Okay, there's the format. Gift shop. $2. Oh, it's the same. Is that right? Okay, fine. Oops. Is whistling irritating? That's a question. Farland Market. What's this? Gain $1 and garage immediately. Cool. $2 is a consistent reward here. And it's this again. Gain an extra worker. Cool. Grant office. Any cubes that would grant office is face down like this will get discarded instead. Okay. Automatic. I don't know why I have. I feel like this is wrong. That tree sitting right there. I'm not sure what's happening. Gain a worker and a cube. Gain an extra worker next round, and maybe I should do it like that. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. At the end of the round, after a player has interacted with the top card on this stack, flip the card during end of round, clean up. Wait, how do I say that? During upkeep phase. Flip that card face up and move it into the space. Move it into an available space around the town hall. The face up side of that town building is to interact with in future rounds. Okay, once all reveal the top card of this deck stack immediately into a space around the town hall. At random. Immediately and move it to a space around. It is available from the start of the game. Buildings have been revealed in this way. The community project card be revealed automatically and available to the players for interaction. Let's try this and see if it completely confuses Gemini. Stream is holding strong today. Excited about that. Move this back in here. Nice. Yeah, I think that got it. I think I'm still gonna call this syrup. It is funny. I mean, ultimately, that two of us have that there are at least two games about maple syrup, both called Sugar Shack, both prototypes, both unpublished, and both mentioning rival syrup makers. We are rival syrup maker game designers, and I think that's funny. and engaging with buildings in town. Businesses and the mayor. In town. Your ultimate goal is to win by achieving one. My back is so messed up. There should be 2 of these. Yeah. Okay. Notice the changes I made to the document. Nice, like that was well done. Nicely described. Place the Sugar Shack staff and garage cards starting sides in your play area. Mayor's Favor. Shuffle the Mayor's Favor deck and place it face down near the town hall. Draw the top card and place it on the town location card it blocks. Favor cards. Mayor's Favor cards start coming into play immediately in the round after the community projects card is revealed. Okay, nice. Setup order update. Players should choose first player and then complete cube setup. Nice. Okay, good. Like, it really has done a good job of internalizing rules, like rule book structure. I think it's actually done a really good job of figuring this out. Like this gameplay, like this is exactly the kind of thing I would write. The game is played in rounds, which are part of a larger week. Like do that little taste of the big picture and then get into some more details. Okay, very good. A round ends when both players have run out of workers in their active worker pools. Reveal the new town buildings. If a player activated the town wakes up action this round, flip the top face down town building card face up and move it to an available space around the town hall. If the town building stack is now empty, reveal the community. The mayor's favorite cards start coming into play immediately in the round after the community projects is revealed. Update to reveal town buildings. When the last town building is revealed and placed near the town hall, the community is immediately revealed. No, as being face up. No need to flip it face up or move it anywhere. Let's try that. End of the week. A week ends when the Sugar Bush card runs out of cubes. Once the Sugar Bush is empty, you perform a special upkeep phase. Nice. Okay, good. A week ends when the Sugar Bush card runs out of cubes. Once the Sugar Bush is empty, you perform a special upkeep phase. Warehouse payout. If you have cubes on the warehouse card, collect your payout. Warehouse cubes. Return the cubes on the warehouse card to your owners and add them to your pool on the Grand Office card. It's cool that it's understood that. Hey Seth, good morning. So what I'm doing today, or for the next couple minutes, is finishing up the rulebook, because I just learned there's a speed pitching event at BGG Con, and I'm late to it, but I'm gonna beg to gain entry, and all I need, the last thing I need is a draft of the rulebook. So I'm just kind of looking at that right now. Or Gemini and I are looking at that. What are you up to today? Okay, rearrange. You may rearrange cubes in your garage in any way you choose. You may rearrange them. Wait a minute. You may rearrange cubes in the garage update. You may rearrange cubes in the garage at any time during upkeep, whether between rounds or between weeks. Worked in making units appear on a map. Okay. Can you type directly into the dock, or do you have to get the machine to do it? So you can type directly into here. I'll do it in a second. But what I found is I think you have to prompt Gemini to notice the changes you made. Like, so if you type into here and then just leave it, and then you type another prompt over here for a different type of update, then it'll erase what you did and then update the thing you asked it to update. So I think you have to like confirm that it onboards the details you change. What I like though with the main prompt though is interesting, the age-old question about who owns the data. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be a giant digital land grab. Like everything that was ever produced in Gemini is technically ours, and then we'll sue you if you try to act like it's yours. That'd be pretty nuts. Yeah, you may arrange. Yes, there it is. So it got it. It's what's so cool about this whole thing is like if I make an update, if I prompt it to make an update, it usually catches every place I would want that update to be clarified. It's pretty amazing. This is definitely a longer rulebook than I was hoping. But it's still working. I mean, setup is just setup. But gameplay, upkeep phase, taking a turn, free actions, end of round, end of week, and that's it. So the rest of this is just a description of how all the town cards work. And the last big question I have has to do with the end of the game. You claim your third community project space and win at the end of your turn. Because one of the also a problem, but I meant specific to computer programming, there is frequently a problem with what entity controls the data in a data model, and how do other entities that rely on that data know when it changes. Yeah, I imagine that's an interesting problem. Like with multiple people editing like a Google Doc or something like that. Is that the sort of problem that you're thinking of? I need help with. This is where I'm going to ask Gemini to slip in into consultant mode, because I'm just going to discuss some possibilities here. The end of the game. I'm considering making the winner the person who claims 2 of the 3 win conditions. If one person claims both the community projects, I'm describing the person who claims the win con as having won a trophy. So there are 3 trophies. If one person claims both the community. Oh, I was already typing that. Projects and mayor's favor trophies. The game ends immediately, with that person being the winner. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of redundant where Hmm. It kind of doesn't. It doesn't make sense to like if. So what I was gonna say is that there are 3 trophies you can win, but only one of the 3 trophies is resolved at the end of the game. Oh, maybe I should put a monetary value on. What would that be? Oh yeah, okay. So I think I'm gonna try having a just picking a value for the um, money track, and if a player has 40 money, then they win that trophy. Or 50 money? I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've played that I actually don't remember how much money is reasonable. Because I feel like it'd be really hard to it'd be pretty hard to be doing well in the game and have 40 money on hand. I think that'd be really hard. So you can work toward that money one. The game ends when one person has 3 CP and one person has 4 MF. If these are the same player, they win. If they're different players, the player with the most money wins. Okay. The game ends when a person has 3 CP and one person has 3 CP and one person has 4 MF. Okay. I like that. I like that. I'm stealing that from this other chatbot called Saracen Zero. How does that make you feel, Seth? You know what? Aren't we all just large language models? That's true. You cannot steal that which is freely given. Adjusting. I'm adjusting the end of the game. If a person has 3 community projects, has claimed 3 community. I'm sure you've been thinking that for years though, right, Seth? We're all just massive language and data processors. I forget who that was. I remember listening to I'm sure I won't remember who this person is. There's a philosopher, kind of linguist guy, not really. Oh man. I know his name has an S in it somewhere. But he's one of the guys that tries to analogize the brain to, or the mind to a computer. And he's somebody who helped to develop, or maybe he worked on some kind of test a test for robots to like prove they're human. I forget who this guy is. That was my favorite comeback in an AI debate. The critic said, "You made a stochastic parrot." And the advocate came back with, "You're a stochastic parrot," and he was right. Is that a joke? I don't remember what I don't remember what this means. Randomly determined, because this is what I was, stochasticity. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but I remember seeing this word before. I just don't remember what it was for. Something's randomly determined or involving a random variable as opposed to being deterministic. Okay. Nice. Yeah, so I guess the idea of like a stochastic parrot is that we internalize language and then, you know, however we absorb it, we internalize it. And over time, even though we think we are producing it, mostly what we're doing is imitating what we've heard. But so far, those imitations, we feel like those imitations carry meaning or send messages. And they work, but it is kind of funny thinking that if everybody's a parrot, then how is it possible for meaning to actually be moving from one place to another? Yeah, I like stuff like this. I think this is actually pretty close as a rulebook goes. And one player has earned 4 mayor's favorite cards. If these are the same person, they win. If they are different players, the player with the most money wins. I like it. Oh, so this is a cool thing. One of the so I've been going through the events for BGG Con, and I'm starting to like look through names of people. Like here's a meet and greet with Eric Lang, Alan Moon, and Keith Avalone, maybe Avalon. And it was awesome. Like the very first person, Heather Dixon, I looked her up on BGDL, and apparently she designed Epistocracy, which is the game that Omar just got and played at the retreat. And I messaged her, she's going to be there, and she messaged right back and said, yeah, let's meet up and play test some stuff. So I was pretty stoked about that. So I'm really in prep mode for the con, for BGG Con. And I'm very late to BGG Con is the con happening in Dallas. It's later on in November, and it's Board Game Geeks maybe headline event, maybe, I mean, yeah, flagship event. It looks like there's over 3,000 people. I don't know, that's not a lot compared to some other events, but I'm sure I'm not the last person who got a badge. So I was badge number 3,000 something. Anyway, I'm working on finalizing this this rule book draft for for this speed pitching application. Sad thing is, like, I don't know if I really want to add like, I could go through and make this nice, but I kind of don't feel like I have time. Yeah, I'm gonna pitch Sugar Shack to publishers. Here's also a funny thing. I knew about this situation, but I didn't know I'd be running into this person. Check this out. Where was it? Here it is, the Sugar Shack. So I'd heard about this from somebody else at a different event, and I'm pretty sure it was Geek Way to the West. Apparently, and this is what Mike was saying on, like, I was chatting with Mike on YouTube, and he was saying, like, this is a pretty heavy Euro, or like definitely a much denser game than mine. And they've got the Sugar Shack. The funny thing is, not funny, but partly the reason I went and like, I did a sort of cheeky thing and reserved the name on BGG already. I uploaded some images. I'm not sure why they didn't get approved. Anyway, I thought that's kind of funny. $7 o'clock. I did want to... Yeah, let me see what... export to docs. Maybe it's worth just cutting it and moving on. I mean... just calling it good. Game by Scott Gable. I just don't really like in Google Docs how you can't, like, all the images have to be in line, I'm pretty sure. They can't be floating up. Oh, thanks. Yeah, all the images, they're kind of just stuck next to text, and they can't float around. Or they also cannot... I don't think they can displace text either, which is a little bit sad. I mean, text doesn't wrap around them. Let me see, though. Sure shot. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Sugar Shack. I think I'm actually going to use this. By achieving 2 of the 2 of 3 victory conditions. Like, this is so good. I mean, like, the writing is very, very clear. It's well structured. It's almost scary that it caught all the details of gameplay. I mean, I've been working with Gemini for a while on this, but I feel like it's really, quotes, internalized what I'm trying to do in the rulebook. Let's see what it did to your endgame conditions here. The game ends immediately on a player's turn when both of the following 2 milestones have been met by at least one player. At least one player has claimed their 3rd community project space. At least one player has earned their 4th mayor's favor card. Determining the winner. If the same player meets both of these milestones, they win the game immediately at the end of their turn. If two different players meet these milestones, the game ends immediately and the player with the most money wins. Yeah, there needs to be a little more adjustment of the game. If neither player has, if 2 of the end game milestones have not been met by the end of 3 weeks, the most money wins. The player with the most money wins regardless of whether one of the other milestones has been met. Let's try that. And then I think this is it for me. 7:10. I've got school today. I feel way better than yesterday. So I'm just ready to rock. It's crazy sleeping at 9:45, waking up at 3 something, and I still feel better. I'm sure I still feel better than I would if I'd slept at like 11:30 and woke up with the same amount of sleep. It's just so nuts. I wonder if it'll be nice to the formatting here. Nice. Okay. I did that for a while in Japan. Go to bed at 7, wake up at 2. See, 7, I can't do that. I can't do that yet. But it's mainly a social problem. It's even a challenge for me on Monday nights because I still don't usually kick people out I start putting pressure on people to leave by 10. I mean, I'm cleaning up, I'm moving around, you know, but yeah, it's a challenge. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Remember that number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 15. 21 cards. That's pretty sweet. 21 cards. Because I feel like this components list is pretty awesome. Like, there's a lot of game here. I think there's a lot of game here. 6 cards. For so few components. Thank you, 15. Cries in 360 cards. That is the craziest thing. I still really hope you find a way to streamline that situation. One rulebook, 21 cards, 30 syrup cubes, 12 workers, 2 money tracker cubes, probably. I'll just say 32 cubes. $30 brown, 2 green. Sure. Yeah, the cubes, yeah, they're all syrup, except for the tracker cubes. And the reason that that number is, I don't know how you feel about that number, but if you feel like it's a little high, the reason is that some, like, cubes get locked up on various cards for a while. The 2 greens are trackers for money. I mean, I guess technically you wouldn't need a different color for that, but might as well. You have them labeled as syrup. Oh, true. Thank you. 32 cubes, 30 brown, 2 green. Well, let me see what happens if I insert some images here, because it would be nice. It would be nice to have them in there. It would look a little prettier. I think, I mean, they're not really trying to learn how to play and for the speed pitching. They're just trying to see if it's a good fit for them, I think. So, but yeah, the rule book matters on some level. What happens if I do this? Okay, so it does do text wrapping. I don't know why. Why did I miss that before? Maybe. I wonder if they've done this the whole time, because I swear this was not an option. Setup 7, have you defined syrup cubes yet? Explain they are brown. Probably not. Place 2 syrup cubes, brown cubes. Thank you. Yeah, this definitely was not possible. This was not possible. I remember having yeah, I remember designing rulebooks in Canva because I couldn't find this anywhere. Maybe I just missed it, but I swear this must be an addition, a recent addition. Also, it's not great that these don't have any outlines. Like I don't think I can add a box. That's amazing though. Hey Francisco. There's border width. Oh, right here. Heck yeah, Francisco. Heck yeah. Yeah, I was looking at image options. Oh, that's actually going to be way better than if I can just drop a bunch of cards in here. And I even have, yeah, you got it too, Seth. Yeah, this is actually great. Maybe I'll do this for another like 10 minutes. And oh, I guess I can also do I have some screenshot stuff that I can use from here. I mean, I can get some screenshots. Don't need you anymore. Yeah, no worries, Francisco. No rush at all. So, Francisco, what I'm doing here right now is kind of rushing to finish up a rule book that that I'm trying to submit Sugar Shack to the speed pitch event at BGG Con, but I'm super late to it. No, I'm 4 days late, so I doubt they'll let me do it, but I'm going to try to apply anyway. Just gonna see if this is as easy as I think it should be. Setup. Just gonna drop this sucker right in here. I am so glad to see this option. Oops, I missed something actually. Let's get rid of this for now. Oh, that was close. Yeah, like this is pretty awesome. And then I can just grab these little meeple guys. Move these down in here and just start doing stuff. That's so good and easy. Man, guaranteed this was not an option, I swear. Yeah, like, because I remember working in Google Docs, the images, they were just in line, and I clicked through image options and everything. And then I shifted over to Canva because it was a lot easier to make the rulebook look nicer. At least I thought it was. And easy there is relative. It was actually a pain, but it looked better, and it wasn't that much more work. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this will take a while actually to just like start adding some images to make things look a little nicer. Like, do I really want to drop each card in here? Maybe. What would that look like? It's crazy. Town Park? That shouldn't be in here. Wow. Wait, this is really old. Where? Oh, workers, yeah. Be a part of it. New York, New York. Francisco, I went swing dancing the other day for the first time in many years. Seth, you should pay attention too, because swing dancing was so fun. Like, come on. This is so good. Just do a little alignment there, a little alignment here, a little border there. Yeah, my family used to, my mom took lessons, my grandfather was pretty good, and I grew up with swing music. Like one of my mom's favorites is Frank Sinatra, so we heard that kind of stuff a lot. And I know for sure we did a little bit when I was pretty young. And then I did a little bit in college, but definitely no significant amount. But it kind of came back pretty fast. Like some of the movements and stuff, it was actually really cool. That's crazy. Okay, I have about 20 minutes before I need to leave for work. Oh. Seth, have you ever done any dancing? This is killer. Am I losing? I don't know. The stream looks strong. Anyway, I think that's it for me. I'm going to transition away. Thanks for joining, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.